at you. Today we're going to go over a very important skill and concept for all persons with amputation who want to become successful, independent, full-time prosthetic users, and that is getting up from the floor. So inevitably, at some point or another, as a person with limb loss, you are going to wind up on the floor, whether that is by your own choice or not. Falls happen. Sometimes you have to get down on the floor to get something, pick something up, fix something, play with your kids, whatever that might be. You need to be able to get up from the floor because that is one key feature of independence. And I emphasize independence because I would like for every person with limb loss who is physically capable of safely transferring themselves from the floor to a standing position to be able to do so independently without any sort of assistive device, additional point of contact, or having someone else there to help them, because you don't know that those things are not guaranteed, all right? The way that you practice, the quality of your practice carries over directly into your outcome. So if you are consistently using an additional point of contact, an assistive device, or another person to help you get up from the floor or perform any other daily task, the quality of your practice is diminished and your independence is going to be therefore reduced. So practice makes permanent. The way that you practice carries over into the quality of your outcome. So get that good practice in, get in those good reps, so when the time comes to perform, you are absolutely able to. All right? I'm going to get down on the floor now. On the knees is a pretty common position to wind up in, but even more common, you're walking along, next thing you know, you're on your butt. You could just even be standing there, wind up flat on your bottom. It happens, okay? So, from this position, what I'm going to do is rotate my upper body, plant my hands, put an elbow on the ground, all right? As I do that, I'm going to start to scoot my legs over to the side so I'm able to get down on the ground, roll over, both knees on the ground. One more time. Here, rotate, sweep the legs one under the other, all fours, boom, right there. So now that I'm on all fours, I want to make sure that this whole position is compact. So I've got my shoulders above my wrists, shoulders directly in front of my hips, hips are at 90, knees are at 90 on the ground. What I'm going to do here, with my hands just about shoulder width apart, is very quickly kind of lean my weight forward and into my hands. So I'm here, and I kick my feet up. Here we are, I'm leaning my weight forward for just an instant, and I'm using that second to pop those feet up in the air or pop my butt up in the air like that. So I'm here, weight goes forward, elbow slightly bent, and then pop that weight up, or pop your butt up in the air. From here, you don't want to spend a ton of time in this position. This is a compromising and very vulnerable position. So I'm gonna walk my feet in, I'm gonna walk my hands back. Now I'm here, I'm kind of walk myself up onto my fingertips. At this point, you want to kind of instantly lean your upper body forward just a little bit, bend those elbows once more, push off of your fingertips and into a standing position. Now, you might have some really long arms where you're able to keep your hands flat on the ground while you're in that position. Good for you. Just get a little bit more, you're able to get a little bit more of a push. So that's that, man. You've got to fire up your hips and butt to be able to stand yourself up there. So one more time. All fours. Pop the hips and butt up. Hands into the feet. Feet into the hands. Push. Fire up the muscles of the butt, hamstrings, and low back to get yourself up to standing. Now, a couple of things worth mentioning. You don't want to spend a ton of time in that position where you're just bent over, or that pike position where your butt's way up in the air. You want to get through those positions as quickly and efficiently as you can, because spending time in those positions takes a lot of energy. So, one common thing I see is a lot of people getting caught in this type of position. I can't get up, coach. What am I going to do? Well, at this point, you got to kind of lean back, lean forward, find that balance, and just push as hard as you can. If you don't have that strength yet, a couple of things worthwhile. Push-ups are a great exercise to be able to do, to build up the chest, the shoulder, the tricep strength necessary to get that little push off the ground. Also, if you're unable to, you're here, and you can push yourself up, but you can't fire up to get up to standing. It's usually going to be low back, booty, hamstring, and core strength overall. So those are things where you can exercise by doing planks, Supermans, glute bridges, tons of videos on that, all of which are available on my channel. Those are sort of supplementary exercises that are going to help you with that particular facet of this movement. So now we're going to modify and regress just a little bit. I'm going to show you how to use the additional point of contact to help yourself get up from the floor. So I'm down on the floor here. I'm going to start from my knees, because if you're able to get from all fours up onto your knees, you're in fairly good position. All that you have to do here is lean into your third point of contact. Make sure that if you're practicing this, that is a stable, steady surface that's not going to collapse or it's not going to move. You want a sturdy surface. So I got my hand on my third point of contact here, bringing the outside leg up, creating a little bit of a kickstand here. I'm going to lean in to my third point of contact as I leverage into my foot here. So I'm already kind of starting to come up. Bring that foot up underneath me. My leg is now underneath my hip, and all I have to do is push off of my third point of contact, extend that knee, and bring my feet back together. There's a lot happening there. It's a fairly integrated movement. It's not a small movement at all. It takes a lot of energy and effort. So the practice that you get is highly important, because it does take a lot of energy to be doing these things, but making sure that you are doing them well is big key here. So once more, additional point of contact, kick the kickstand out there, lean in, press into the kickstand, bring that other leg up, push, bring your feet in together. There you have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, couple of different ways for you to get up off the floor as a person with prosthetics. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I am open to feedback, questions, comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if there's something else that you'd like to see. I'm here for you guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Thanks so much.